Hi everyone, welcome to our latest Happy Valley betting preview. Myself, Charene and Steve Shanks, aka The Right Man, will be marking the card for all the viewers on Wednesday, the 24th of March. As always, we'll be focusing on races 5, 6 and 7. We'll finish this week's episode with David's Longshot, Charene and Steve Shanks' naps, and our any other bets section ending the show. We'll start with Charene. I know there's been a lot of news out in Hong Kong with Harry Bentley coming out on your neck of the woods. What's the story with that?
Yes, he will be joining the Hong Kong jockey rankings since mid-April, and then he will ride till the end of this Hong Kong racing season. Maybe Mark and Steve, you guys are more familiar with him because he's currently in Dubai, and he has quite good experience in UK and Ireland. Can you share with us how is he about?
Yeah, I'll obviously go first, and Steve could probably relate to this as well. I remember in my young university days, probably a long time ago, I was probably spending more time at Musper Racecourse than in the university halls. But Harry Bentley was riding winners up in the Northern Track, especially Scotland, claiming £5. Great value, and obviously had that short stint with Qatar Racing. I just think he was quite unfortunate for other jockeys that are coming through. Obviously, you've got Oisin Murphy there, and Kieran Fallon, his second string at the moment. I think it's a really good move for Harry Bentley because I think there's a lot of potential out there, and obviously the prize money is great. He's probably going to make more out there than he would in a full season in the UK. Yeah, but great for Hong Kong racing.
Yeah, it's a very good move, isn't it? Because you almost think of him as slightly being like on the second tier, don't you, in the UK in a sort of way. It just makes financial sense, and also just to get a higher profile, and it'll probably do his jockeyship wonders as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, especially riding from the front at Happy Valley and nicking those races. Might come in handy at Wolverhampton, Lingfield back in the UK.
Yes.
But anyway, it's good news, and I know Sharene's got an interview lined up with Harry Bentley, so obviously stay tuned for that. Steve Shanks, do you have the Cheltenham Blues at the moment, or are you over it?
Well, I always kind of look for value, so there's a few favourites went in. So it was more a watching brief for me, really. I enjoyed watching a lot of the races, some of the bigger price horses for maybe future festivals at Punchestown, for instance. I thought Capucci Mix is a nice horse for Henry de Bromhead, just a modest handicapper. But there was the Kimure, 6th place, or there's Grand Annual, I believe, and a good run there. So yeah, just looking at some horses at bigger prices for future events. But it was fantastic. Just what racing needed, a shot in the arm, wasn't it, for racing?
I think anyone that follows my betting podcast, they would have had a profitable week. Obviously, I put up a couple of winners. I've been going on about Honeysuckle for so long, since February. Obviously, Flora and Vanilla done the business as well at big prices. But anyway, we're here for the action at Happy Valley on the 24th of March. So let's just get into the action. We'll start with race 5. It's off at 12:45 UK time and 8:45 Hong Kong time. It's a 6 furlong Tsai handicap class 4 for 3-year-old plus. We'll start with Hong Kong's favourite, Charene. Who do you want to be on this race?
Yes, in race 5, my pick will be number 11, Fireball. His form this season is not bad, although he's still a maiden. He just beaten by some other rising stars like Harmony and Bless, Size Success, and Fantastic Sway over 6 furlong at Charene. This time, this horse will return to Happy Valley, where he started his racing career here last season. Now he is much more mature and consistent. He should have better performance than last season at Happy Valley, and also Joe Moreno will be on board. Jumping from gate 6 is quite good. I think in this race, there are 2 horses will be leading. They are Riskiness and Good Luck. So Fireball will be staying in the box seat, I guess, which is a very good position for him. So I hope Fireball will back his maiden on Wednesday night.
Yeah, it's quite strong in the market at the moment, Charene. 2-1, number 11, Fireball. I think the booking of Joe Morera is a big eye catcher, and I do think this is factored into the price. I expect this one to be tucked in early and come off a run between the 2 and 1 furlong pole, or potentially make the running. So Charene is keen on number 11. Fireball is currently 2-1. Steve Shanks, who do you like in this race?
Well, great minds think alike, because I like Fireball too. He's nothing from 8, but I think he's one of the few who has a progressive profile in the race, and Joe Moreno takes over from Wagner Boards. He's come up against some decent types in his short career, including Sight Success and Fantastic Way. And he wasn't disgraced last time in 6 behind Spectacular Star. He hasn't impressed in his 4 runs at the Valley, but that was last season. And he's been a completely different horse this term. From gate 6, he can get a nice toe into the race from the likes of Whiskey Neat, Shadow Runner, pace influences. And I think he's a very good chance. So, yes, a confident selection, Fireball for me.
Obviously, both our judges are keen on it. Fireball number 11 in race 5. I wouldn't have the mortgage on it, but they do seem quite confident. I could easily see this one going off around the even money mark. Number 11, Fireball, currently 2-1. Joe Moreno takes the rights. Moving on to race 6 is off at 1:15 UK time and 9:15 Hong Kong time. It's a 1.5 mile Look Fun Handicap Division 2 Class 4 for 3-year-old plus. We'll start again with Charene. Who do you want to be on in this race?
Yes, in this race, I have a Longshot. His number 11, Happy Warrior. To be honest, his performance this season is not that good. So his rating is now decreased to 43. He should be able to bounce back at this level. On Wednesday night, he will be jumping from gate 5. I think this store is better than his recent start. So I'm going to give him one more chance because he's now having a good price. Also, maybe because he needs a good gate, so this time it will be helpful. Also, Happy Warrior will have some gear changes. He will remove the hood, which seems that not very helpful for him. So he's now having quite a good price, so he will be my long shot of the day.
Yeah, I don't know what price Happy Warrior is in Hong Kong at the moment, but he's currently a 20-1 shot across the board within the UK. Down to a mark of 43, so it could be dangerous here. Was competitive off the high 50s at the start of last year. Had to use up a lot of early gas last time on the 17th of March. Maybe go a little bit slower next time out and maybe like tuck in. This one can be competitive, but off 33, definitely dangerous. And I can see this one filling the places. Currently 20-1. Charene Mo's selection, number 11, Happy Warrior. Steve Shanks, who do you like in this race?
I went for Kowloon. He's a transformed horse this season, 2 wins and 3 placings. He arguably ran his finest race last time from a wide draw, the draw 12 at gate 12 at Charene over the 1400 metres. And prior to that, a good second at Happy Valley over the 1200. Jerry Chow takes £7 off. He's risen in the handicap from 31 to 48, but I think there's plenty of life left in that mark. And he steps up to the 1650 for the first time since last season. He's nicely drawn in 6. Should get a nice lead from the likes of Thunderstomp, the 8-year-old under Joe Moreno. There's also Glorious Lover as well, having his first run for Dennis Yip. He's yet to win 14 local runs, and V Chevalier is another horse that's improved this season. But for me, Kowloon can carry on the good work under Jerry Chow.
Yes, Steve, we couldn't have an episode without a Jerry Chow selection. I think Lucky Loaders has got us onto something here. Maybe we should create our own fan club for Jerry Chow. But on a serious note, he is great value for his £7. I think this one was quite interesting with the step up and trip. It was wide early last time out. Showed a ton of early as well. Often keen. Obviously, the booking of Jerry Chow is definitely a positive. That £7 is invaluable. He's currently a 12-1 shot. Number 5, Kowloon for Steve Shanks. Jerry Chow on board. And Charene Mo is keen on number 11, Happy Warrior, currently 20-1, huge price. And moving on to the last race we're going to cover in the Triple Trio. Race 7 is off at 1:45 UK time and 9:45 Hong Kong time. It's the Fung Mo Handicap Division 1 Class 3 for 3-year-old plus. Maybe another agreement here, but we'll start with Charene Mo.
Okay, in this race, I like Jerry Chow's ride. It is number 2, California Concord. Last time out was forgivable, I would say, because he traveled wide with low cover for the whole trip. But I'm happy to see that the horse was able to show some good speed, suggesting he is now very fit. And on Wednesday night, he will be jumping from gate 1 because over the Happy Valley C+3 course, it is more favorable for gate 1 horses. With Jerry on board, this horse will only carry 123 pounds only, and it should be better for the horse. So, and this is, he is also quite a dynamic horse. He can lead or he can choose to follow behind the leaders. So I believe Jerry, jumping from gate 1, will be able to make the best decision to whether to lead or to follow the leader. So I'm quite keen on California Concord.
Yeah, I think the stall 1 is a massive plus for California Concord. Currently 12-1. I think that's a big price, especially with the draw bias and that £7 claim from Jerry Chow. Ran a solid race last time out as well, a huge price, 68-1. Was in contention to the 2 furlong pole, maybe entering the final furlong, just got tired. 12-1 seems a big price. Steve Shanks, thoughts on this one?
Well, going for California Concord. When I selected this last night, I thought to myself, well, the glory's all mine if this wins, because no one else will have it. But great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Yes, he's back the plum draw under Jerry Chow, and you ran well last time. He paid the price for taking Capital Star on for the lead, faded into 10th behind the eventual winner, the thriving Wind and Grass. But he's an interesting horse, California Concord. He's 2 from 7 on the Shatton all-weather, but ran a very good third on his local debut last season over this course and distance behind Victorium. And he's a very much unexposed horse on grass. Be Ready's an interesting horse. He's got the first-time visor, but I've always had him down as a 1,000-metre type. And Daily Beauty steps up in class, but this might just be too competitive for him, despite the fact he has another good gate in gate 4. But for me, yeah, California Concord, I think, can go well from the plum draw to Jerry Chow.
So both in agreement here. Charene and Steve both keen on number 2, California Concord. It's currently 12-1. I think that's a huge price, especially if this one can get on the lead early in some cheap sectionals. Could be able to hold on in the stretch. So that wraps up the triple trio selections. We're going to move on to David's Longshot.
Hello guys, I'm David. Welcome to Happy Value Race on the 24th March, Wednesday. First of all, I think I'm quite happy that last week I managed to tip a winner for you guys, right? If you recall, last week we talked about horse race 1, number 1, ridden by Neil Kellen. The horse managed to lead all the way, right, and won by a short hit. It was, I think, it was a fantastic ride. I'm quite happy with that selection, right? So hopefully today the form can retain, and let's proceed to the race today. For the race today, I would like to recommend you guys race number 1, right? So let's look at the handicap sheet. So for race number 1, right, my speed figure is showing horse number 2, Winner's Heart number 3 after me, and also number 8, right, Joy Avenue just won, right? So my recommendation for this race will be on horse number 3, right, after me. So let's look at the past performance. So after me has been racing quite well, I think last season, and has 3 winners, but it's all in class 4, right? So didn't do quite expected in this season, when and right now, I think accumulated enough ratings to get down in class, right? So from the past 2 run, I think has a bit of competitive advantage, and I remember that I recorded a good run, right, for this horse, based on the 10th of March. So this race, right? So this horse had a good run, right? So basically the sectional time, is in the top range, right? So if you look at the distance, right, 1,000 meter ridden by Shin is just nice. The only concern I have for this race is that the horse, might not be able to get into the rail position, because horse number 2, Winner's Heart, is also a front runner, right? So I hope that this horse after me can run a bit forward, right, so that can get on the rail. Okay, apart from ratings, I think this horse is just in the top range over here. Right, now let's look at the odds. So the odds for this race is, let's see, who is the favorite? Okay, so all right, so number 2 is the favorite, right? Paying 4.9, right? And our after me number 3 is paying 9.1. I think it's considered a good value bet, right? So with down class, Jerry Chow, claiming, and good sectional time, I think race 1 number 3 after me worth consideration, right? I hope we get another winner for race 1, and I wish you good luck. See you next week.
So David is keen on number 3 after me in race 1. Is currently an 11-2 chance for, again, the promising Jerry Chow. We just really can't get enough of Jerry Chow on this week's episode. And we're going to move on to our viewers' favourite part of the show. I know this is Chris Loader's favourite part of the show, but our nap section, okay? We're going to start with Steve Shanks. What's the nap this week?
Well, the nap is race 5, and that is Fireball. They're nothing from 8, but I think he's one of the few in the race with a progressive profile. And if you look back to his second on this penultimate start to Fantastic Way, that's good form. Fantastic Way just completed the 3-timer last week. He's now rated 79. Fireball's rated 45. I'm not saying he'll achieve the heights of Fantastic Way, but I think there's plenty of improvement in Fireball's mark. And the likes of Sprint Forward and Shining On, they're likely to run well, but I think they're handicapped where they are now. And the likes of Whiskey Neat, well, I mean, he's nothing from 22, but next year he'll probably be nothing from 44. And, he just keeps hitting the crossbar. But yes, I think Fireball can come good at the 9th attempt under Joe Moreno takes over for the first time.
Yeah, I think the booking of Mr. Joe Moreno is definitely a positive. It's currently 2-1 Steve Shanks nap, race 5, number 11, Fireball. And Charene Moe, what's the nap this week?
Yes, my nap will be also Joe Moreira's mount. It will be in race 3, number 10, Savvy Kingman. This gelding side by Kingman is obviously more suitable for racing at Happy Valley, like the other sons of Kingman in Hong Kong, including Rich and Lucky and Private Secretary. Last time out, Savvy Kingman made his Happy Valley debut and he performed really well. He finished second. This also showed that the horse is still improving. And this time, Joe Moreira on board and jumping from a better gate than last time. I hope this horse will score his first winner in Hong Kong.
Yeah, he's quite well found in the market right now, Charene. Race 3, number 10, Savvy Kingdom's currently a 7-4 chance with Joe Moreira on board. But I mean, the way this episode is going so far, I think the advice would be the Joe Moreira and Jerry Chow perms and multiples for this week's episode. And one thing I've done as well, and all the viewers like this, I've calculated the odds for both our pundits, Steve and Sharene's selections this week in race 5, 6 and 7. We'll start with Steve Shanks, number 11, Fireball 2-1, number 5, Kowloon 12-1, and number 2, California Concord 12-1. It pays 560-1, so that could be a nice tricksy there. And those sort of prices you could probably play each way. And Charene Moe, number 11, Fireball 2-1, number 4, Happy War 20-1. And number 2, California Concord, 12-1. That currently pays 820-1. Again, massive prices, bit of value there. Could be an each-way tricksy or each-way doubles and trebles, however you like to play. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for this week. Make sure you subscribe to Sharene's channel, like this video, and leave us a comment on your best bets and Triple Trio selections for this week's meeting at Happy Valley. Thank you, Charene and Steve, for marking the card, as always, at Happy Valley. And to all the viewers, good luck with your selections. And remember, please gamble responsibly.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.